Inner Voice, a heartfelt chat with Dr. Foojan.
Today, this is consistent pattern of destruction is what you see with a narcissist. And a narcissist who is a parent, there is a lack of not just empathy, but they are not able to provide unconditional love for their child, which in these cases too, there is a huge, clients are left with feeling, experiencing extreme abuse.
Introducing a powerful new update from the Foojan app. Now with flexible subscription plans to fit your journey monthly, quarterly, or yearly. Our new AI-driven onboarding customizes your path to feeling better, faster, and enjoy a refreshed experience with stunning 3D interactive videos. Update now. Empower your inner voice with Foojan. Download today.
Welcome to the Inner Voice, a heartfelt chat podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Foojan Zeng. I'm a psychotherapist and author and the founder of the Awareness Integration Institute. So today I will be talking with a Nigerian-American psychotherapist. She's Agatha Peters. She's the founder of Beautiful Sunshine Therapy and the author of Trapped in Their Script, Reclaim Your Life from Narcissistic Parents and Cultural Expectation. She's dedicated herself, her field, and her career to helping adult children of narcissistic parents. She is one of herself, so she really knows and experiences that herself and brings not only her expertise, but also her own personal experience of healing to her work, especially those from collectivistic cultures where family loyalty often shadows individual well-being. Having experienced the healing power of therapy herself, she is passionate about helping others discover the same transformation and offers guidance on embracing one's identity while respecting all cultural ties and family ties. And this is very, very important because I think in different cultures expect whether, we disconnect from the parents completely or other cultures which are collectivistic, you don't disconnect. You just have to do it another way. And that's what we're going to be talking about. And how to heal from a culture who tells you what to do, and that's the only way you could do it, or the parents that is very much self-absorbed and are narcissistic and creates a lot of woundings. So I hope that you enjoy this conversation as much as I have. Now, be sure to subscribe to this podcast, my YouTube channel, and connect with me in my social media, anywhere, and via my website, foojanzeng.com. Share your thoughts with me. I love to hear from you in any context. If you like to share with me, what is it that you want me to talk about, any of the segments, or just tell me how you are. I love to hear from you. Now, without further ado, here's Agatha Peters.
Listen up if you want to promote your personal growth and self-awareness. I found the Foojan app last month and I have been absolutely loving it. I personally have never learned guided meditation, but thanks to this app, I now have learned incredible tools for my own stress relief and emotional self-awareness. Not to mention, there are self-evaluation tools and professional coaching available to utilize however your journey to self-discovery takes you. Join Foojan today and redefine your life one step at a time.
Intentional Parenting, a practical guide to awareness integration theory, written by Dr. Jafari, Dr. Foojan Zeng, and Dr. Manoukian, three experts in human development, is your step-by-step guide to raising a healthy child prepared for a culturally integrated world. You're supported in parenting infants to adolescents using the latest evidence-based scientific research on parenting. Order your copy on Amazon now.
Agatha Peters, it is so nice to have you on the show. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Dr. Foojan.
You have written the book Trapped in Their Script, but Reclaim Your Life from Narcissistic Parents and Cultural Expectation.
Yeah.
Before we talk about your book, due to social media, due to media by itself, kind of a illusion, let's say, about narcissism. So a lot of people will just because someone is a little bit self-centered or they're really thinking about themselves, immediately they're getting diagnosed with, oh, that person is narcissistic and I can't stand it. So first, let's define what narcissism, a narcissistic personality disorder is, so that, we have an understanding from a clinical perspective.
Yeah.
What are we talking about? And then from there, we're going to go to, why you wrote the book and, how you can get yourself out of that trap.
Yes. So narcissism, personality disorder, it is a personality disorder. It means it falls under cluster B, personality disorder, which is someone that is not able to change who, well, this is how I see it. They cannot just flip-flop and change who they are in terms of, like, say, a human being where you're saying, okay, that person is self-absorbed, and then they're not self-absorbed another day. This is consistent pattern of destruction is what you see with a narcissist. And a narcissist who is a parent, there is a lack of not just empathy, but they are not able to provide unconditional love for their child, which in these cases too, there is a huge, as clients are left with feeling, experiencing extreme abuse. We, cases where, sorry, I'm trying to think. It's making me nervous too with time. So we go into cases where folks have been extremely beaten to the point of PTSD. There is suicidal ideations that comes with it. There is even to the case of homicidal thoughts where people actually want to hurt this person that, should be their parent that they love. That is what we're talking about. They're extreme human. These humans just have difficulties and in terms of parenting, but the especially when they parent those victims, the long mental health part of it too that we see. So you have extreme depression, you have extreme anxiety, you are just, think of it, you walk around in eggshells, you have difficulties being in the same place as that person. It feels suffocating, to say the least. And this continues throughout your life, not just one single episode, not just a few times. There's a consistent pattern of extreme abuse that they just cannot stop doing, no matter how much you try. Yeah.
So there's we're talking about people who are so self-serving and so self-centered that what happens to them is that they cannot see any other human being and really love them.
No.
So they become a parent, or they become they become a friend, or any of that. You become kind of like the extension of who they are, but that kind of they're consistently making a flaw at, or one of the terms that people use, gaslight you, that everything is your problem, you're the issue. And you have to be a certain way, where I would assume that I could like you, don't have the concept of loving, but even the concept of liking you. And what you're sharing is that for the person who's the recipient of this, they always go in this kind of like eggshell that they believe in, this kind of gaslighting. Like, there's something wrong with me. I need this person's love. So I'm just perform in a way consistently. They go into this performative place, but this performative place consistently is going to fail. So they're going to keep failing at this. And that's where their rage comes. So the rage of a narcissist comes back, and the person who's also living in it assumes the same rage. Is that accurate?
Sometimes they can have this, and not every person that have grown up with a narcissist have the same rage of, I want to hurt this person, or that continue. Because sometimes I see the case where people might continue that circle of abuse. Themselves may not be a narcissist, but this is how they grew up, and that they continue harming others in that sort of way. And that's, the difference. They come to therapy to help themselves versus the narcissist who doesn't have a problem. They tell themselves.
And what got you interested in this topic?
Oh, about 2 decades ago now, before social media and all of those things, my therapist told me that I had a parent that was narcissistic. So, and I spent a great deal of my life trying to change that person. Heck, I even went in the profession to do so. And, I learned a lot throughout that process and throughout that journey. And even someone like me with a master's and all of that, it's still very difficult to not want to change a person that you love so deeply, especially when in a profession you help others. How can, so really a personality disorder. And I think when people think it's just someone getting mad and all of this, and it minimizes the feelings of the people that go through this in so many ways. Really, it's hard to think of, but
it's very personal to you.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yeah.
And if you share with us, what is it the process of reclaiming? So if you have been raised by a narcissistic parent, there's something that happens, develops internally, and then for you to heal, what would you have to go through in order to get healed?
Yeah. Well, we talk about that more in depth in the book. But the first is actually acknowledging and hearing that this is who this person is, and they are not capable of changing in the way that most human beings do. And that is a very hard truth for a lot of people, because as human beings, I spent a great deal of my life and, trying to do so. So it's especially hard because we want approval from our parents. We want to be loved so much. And this is an expectation too. They make you feel that way, that narcissist. So, it's really realizing that this is in fact someone that we cannot change. And when we start to get away from that denial that we can, thinking we can change the person, we start to really see things for what they are. Because of the gaslighting that happens so much in narcissistic family dynamic, for me personally and a lot of my clients, we talk about journaling, because you might, that reality shifts a great deal when you live with this person. You aren't able to determine what's real and what isn't. It takes years to even get away from that. So starting to journal starts to put things into reality, not what they said, I'm going to just believe that, but what is actually true. And I think there's power in that too.
There's also this concept, because I remember I definitely also assessed and realized that my mother, who was very, very famous in my old country, that whether, she had the narcissistic personality disorder because there was, a childhood wounding, or just fame, it fed into that kind of a narcissistic place. That I did experience, not her, kind of a rage, but this concept of consistently had to be in a platform which was appropriate to her standards, and which loving me where I was, it was about loving me where she needed me to be.
Exactly. Admiration. Yeah. That.
Yes. And so it's almost like you start living not your life, but you're living another person's life, which you keep failing at, because that bar, you'll never reach that bar.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You have to go to another level. So the experience of low self-esteem, the experience of I'm never good enough, I'll never be good enough is something that we kind of like sit with. And then the shame due to the gaslighting of never being enough is always part of that. And I get that, like you said, part of the movement toward the health is first separation, right? I have to get separated, that I am not my mother. I can and have the right to be who I am. And then the conversation of, okay, who am I? Because I have
we've been so lost.
Right, because I haven't even been given the chance.
Yes.
Then to get to know who I am, because I had to be the mold of what she wanted me to be.
Yeah.
So the process, as you're saying, is one, understanding that there is a you and you're not your mother or father, that you get to be who you are. And now let's find out who you are.
Yeah.
And you also shared this beautiful concept of, obviously every single human being wants the parents' approval. But when it comes to living with a narcissist, the concept of needing the other person's approval becomes a life purpose. This isn't just like,
it doesn't ever end. That's the difference too. And it continues between like maybe your culture is also similar to mine, where we grew up in authoritarian sort of way, very rigid, very you do as I say, and that can be mistaken in a Western culture as being a narcissist, but that's just how we grew up. But the difference there is when they become adults, when you've actually, your child grows up, you let go of that. You no longer, you become more that authoritative, more flexible, things like that. But a narcissist does not let it go. There is still that rigidness. You still have to expect, go with your expectations. They have high standards, whether even if you become the doctor or lawyer they wanted you to be, well, you're not good enough. You did not get the awards. You did not, it's just continuation of that. And then there's jealousy, even though they wanted you to be this person. Now you may be too good. So there is that jealousy that can come for it. So it never stops. And you see that too, even with grandkids. They continue to do that as well. Yeah.
My was like, yeah, good. What's next? Yeah, good. But you're not there.
Yep.
And I get it that even after healing a lot, there is a part of me that has interjected that. And no matter what accomplishments I do create, and it's like, yeah, what's next? Kind of also interject some of the way that you were treated, although not comfortable, but you took it in, and now it has become part of your personality. Have you experienced?
Yes, absolutely. My clients who this is very common in these cultures too, have experienced narcissistic abuse with parents. It's almost as though we are the ideal children that almost every parent would want. Like we are, just because there's that sense of wanting to be perfect because they have made you in that way where you need to be in everyone else's lens. You have made that, but from that narcissistic lens, it's never good enough.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Everyone, get this book. You probably have somebody in your life that needs it, whether it's you who were raised by a narcissistic parent or somebody that you know that it has. Trapped in their script, reclaim your life from narcissistic parents and cultural expectation. So share a little bit about the cultural expectation also.
Yes. In this cultures too, it's so difficult because, there is an expectation put on us that's the way, the authoritarian way is the way. So if they do beat you, if they do those things, if those are condoned by the elders, oftentimes it's how it is. That's what I went through. You're making you better. So kids don't really have a place to go. And often it's not like here where you have a CPS and all of that. You don't have, it never stops. And though, yes, it might seem like this is typical, but like I said, a narcissist is very different in terms of abuse and how they abuse their child. So that cultural expectations, it becomes, there's an, there's loyalty to the culture. We want to be loyal to it too, not just the parent, but we want to do right by our culture. I think a lot of us are proud from where we come from, where we are, and we want to be the one that made it too. So that's that expectations, and that those are hard too to have to break and go through it. But I talk about that more in the book as well. Yeah.
So when you look at your own growth and the work that you do with your clients in their growth, there's hope. Definitely there's hope.
Absolutely.
There's a hope of how, being fulfilled in life and kind of, let going of those kind of like scripts or shackles we have created for ourselves. And what I hear from you, and I've experienced that also with my clients, is the path toward the healing is definitely paved. There is a way that you could find yourself. It's not, as quick possibly as people think, because when we've been raised by a culture or parents, the fabric of our character also.
Yes.
So this concept of finding ourselves within that fabric, the uniqueness of who we are, and giving ourselves permission to be who we are, is also so important. So just, good news for people that you're not, you're not bound in a space. And that, like you said, one of the most important factors is to give up the concept of I need to change others, but I need to find who I am without having the need to change others. And then that by itself, it becomes so healing and so much lighter than that I have. And the powerlessness that we experience when we can't change, our parents or obviously the bigger culture, but to find who you are.
Yeah, you are enough. Absolutely. You are enough just the way you are. Yeah.
If there's anything that we haven't said that you want people to know, share it.
Again, like I said, you are enough. And I oftentimes want to give way to people that love isn't supposed to hurt. Love sometimes can be challenging. Yes, you don't always love a person all completely and 100%. They might argue once in a while here and there, but it shouldn't cause you pain. It shouldn't cause you sleepless nights. It shouldn't cause you depressive episode or thoughts of self. It should not. Yeah, love shouldn't hurt in that way. So, and there are ways to find communities that would love you, and a village or friends. Just need to expose yourself to that. So, yeah.
Beautiful. Where can people find you?
You can find me online at beautifulsunshinetherapy.com. You can find me on my Instagram, Beautiful Sunshine Therapy. And my book is everywhere books are sold online, whether it's Bowels or Amazon or Walmart, Target, everywhere books are sold online. Yes.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for taking the time to be with us.
Thank you. Thanks for hanging out with me. It's fun.
And for everybody out there, create an amazing life for yourself and everyone around you. And until next week. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Are you a psychotherapist looking to enhance your practice? The Awareness Integration Therapy developed by Dr. Foujan Zane is a comprehensive guide to the principle and techniques of this powerful therapeutic approach. Join the growing community who have elevated their practice and expanded their skills by embracing Awareness Integration Therapy and witnessing its life-changing impact. Order your copy on Amazon now.